Hey everyone, this is Libertarian Black Man. There is one rule and one rule only in the marketplace. Compete or die. And if you have a free market, which means a market without the presence of government manipulation through industry subsidies, price controls, quality, regulations, specialized tax benefits, punitive tariffs, and currency devaluation, only the strong survive. If you need these things in order to stay alive, what that means is your business is really not capable of appealing to consumers in the quality of your good or the cost of your good or service that you're providing, because for whatever reason you are simply unable to deliver what the consumer is seeking better than what the consumer's choices are offering them as far as competitors goes. Businesses learn very quickly that ineffectiveness, inefficiency, and inferiority is punished swiftly in the marketplace. And very few businesses are actually going to be at the top when it comes to revenues, when it comes to appeal, market share, cash flow. But there are a few. One of them is Amazon. Amazon began as an online bookstore in the 1990s. And this was when the internet was becoming, the internet was for the first time being recognized as a venue for a business. And Amazon, in order to make more money, it got out of just being a specialized retailer selling books to being an all-purpose general retailer. They diversified into other products. Not only do they sell other things like electronic products, furniture, clothing, and anything you can think of, but they also help authors self-publish and sell their books. I am one of those authors who has written a book, Say No to Big Government, My Case for Maximum Freedom, and it's on Amazon right now for $18. I strongly encourage you to buy that book so you can learn more about the economy and why the government really should be staying out of trying to manipulate the marketplace. By diversifying into so many other fields and areas, Amazon was able to generate enough value so that it would become one of only $2 trillion companies in the world this year in 2018, the other one being Apple. And the founder of Amazon became the wealthiest person in the world and the first 12-figure individual in world history, meaning that you have more than $100 billion in net worth. At the age of 54, Jeff Bezos' net worth surpassed $160 billion. We do not have a free market today. We never really have, but we have had a freer market in the past. Today, the government is more involved with taxes, regulations, and spending in order to manipulate the market. And Amazon does benefit from that because they get many different tax rebates and benefits that allow them to pay little or no taxes to the government. So, of course, this is not a free market. This is a manipulated market. But if you were to take away these government benefits and these manipulations of the marketplace, Amazon would still be one of the most successful companies out there because they are providing so much value. They're selling pretty much anything you can think of, and you can have it delivered. You don't have to go out to the store, and all the issues that go with that as far as finding a parking space, getting a basket, running through the aisles, standing in line to get checked out of the store. Amazon has eliminated all of that. And many companies have fallen out of the marketplace as a result. One company is Bon-Ton, which is a department store that filed for bankruptcy earlier this year because of declining sales and difficulties in adapting to e-commerce. E-commerce has become the new culture in business and just in overall living in America. If you want to buy something, you have to make it available online. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult for you to compete. Another company that has fallen down is Rockport. This company declared bankruptcy because, well, this is a physical store. They sell shoes, and when you can buy shoes online and not have to deal with the hassle of going out to the store, then you're going to be in decline if you cannot adapt to the online environment. Samuel's Jewelers, another store who sells jewelry, filed for bankruptcy earlier this year because of online retail competition. They have not been able to adapt. Their sales have dropped, and they simply couldn't make it. Brookstone is a company that sells different products, gadgets, and gifts, and they filed for bankruptcy because, well, this is a physical store. Foot traffic has been declining in their stores for a long time, and they are not able to compete with the Amazons of the world. The most famous of all, Sears, filing for bankruptcy not that long ago. They just received a loan for $100 million, I think, to get them through the holidays, but this may in fact be their last holidays because they've been declining for a long time because of a thriving online retail ecosystem. The brick and mortar stores that are not adapting are dying, and that is rule number one, and by the way, the only rule in the marketplace: compete or die. Another business that has changed the way that people deal with each other in the world is Facebook. A social media website that began during the 2000s. It was only for college students, but like Amazon, they saw that they had to diversify in order to make more money. So the website, Facebook, appealed first to college students, but then expanded to everyone. That is how more people were able to get on the site. And they diversified their website to allow for features like phone and video chat to enhance the online experience. Mark Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, actually was offered $1 billion by Yahoo only 2 years after creating his company to sell it to Yahoo, and he refused. And at the time, people would have probably said this is ridiculous that he would refuse to take the $1 billion from Yahoo to sell his company, but in fact it was the best decision he ever made because he took the value of the company from $1 billion to $500 billion in only a little more than a decade. By doing this, he became the third wealthiest person in the world last year at the age of 34, with a net worth of $81.6 billion. The only two who were wealthier was Jeff Bezos of Amazon and Bill Gates of Microsoft. And like Amazon, Facebook provided so much value in terms of being a social media website that it has knocked so many other competitors off the stage. One of them named Zynga. Those who were in the social media world back in the 2000s remember Zynga. It came about during 2006 and 2007. It was pretty popular. Then in 2008, it began to sharply decline, as shown by this chart here. It was a 2006 company, rose up, became popular, and then it began to fall and collapse. By 2012, this site was pretty much dead. Other competitors beat it out. MySpace was one of them. Facebook obviously is the king of competitors in the social media world, and these competitors provided more powerful blogging platforms. So they were more innovative, and Zynga ended up going by the wayside. Friendster is another company that was around for a few years, from 2006 to 2009, and they collapsed very fast because one of the reasons they didn't focus on social sharing and connecting. They failed to scale as the first massive waves of new users signed on. They could not actually adapt to the demand. Facebook and MySpace came along and just provided a better experience, and the site was pretty slow. They had sluggish site loading issues that they failed to address. So with Facebook and other companies providing a better experience, Friendster also did not last very long. MySpace, which was for a time doing well, but they did not last very long after the Facebooks of the world came along and showed that they could provide a much better experience. MySpace simply collapsed. By 2009, they were in full decline. By 2012, they were pretty much dead. Facebook just beat MySpace into a pulp. You have another site called Digg. This site was once again beaten up, a social media site that was out there competing, and in 2007 and 8, Digg was doing pretty well, but only for a short time. They collapsed and could not match the social media features and social media online experience of Facebook and other competitors. One site called Diaspora really failed to get off the ground in the beginning. There was a few Google searches for it, but as you can see by this chart, hardly anyone ever got on Diaspora. Who, what, where? Nobody really knew what this site was, and it just failed to get off the ground. It actually required people to install an app or a pod on a computer or a server, and people just didn't have to do that for Facebook or other companies. So when you make it harder for people to get a good online experience when others are making it easier, you lose. It's that simple. Facebook had fixed its privacy issues, and they also were able to make it to where, because Diaspora was more restrictive, and Facebook, once they fixed their privacy issues, Diaspora, which was all about privacy, became unnecessary. And so people need to understand that you win or lose based on how much value you create in terms of what your product costs and in how much quality you can deliver to the consumer. In the marketplace, superior value in terms of the quality and cost of goods and services always wins. You do not survive in a marketplace if you do not give consumers what they want. They want the highest level of value for the lowest price. And we don't have a free market in America. We have a lot of government. We have a lot of funny money floating around. But even if we did, you would still see these companies, Facebook and Amazon, which are benefiting greatly from government policy. You would still see them be among the most valuable companies because of the innovation that they have provided in terms of the online experience, in terms of commerce and being able to improve people's ability to connect and share things with each other, and provide value in terms of if they want to sell something or sell a book like I'm doing, sell a clothing line or anything, or have some kind of podcast or show that they can feature on Facebook. Value is what you make in the marketplace, and if you can't do that, you simply cannot survive. Speaking of my book, my book, Say No to Big Government, is available right now for $18 on Amazon. I strongly suggest you get a copy. I go through the history of this country in how we have grown the size of government, and it has slowed down our economy and made it more difficult for people to prosper. Prosperity only comes when you allow people to create value for others, and you do it in a way that does not show favoritism or give advantage to one group over another. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please follow us on Twitter at Libertarian Black Man. Please share this video and like this video. And please let everyone know that big government is not the answer to making America great again. It is freedom, it is a competitive marketplace, and it is people having the incentives to serve their fellow man. We hope to see you in the next video.